In this video, we're going to be discussing the modular interface, the IFB11-03. The 03 is type 3. IFB11 is the DeviceNet protocol. And this is a very old product, phased out somewhere around 2014. And I think the phase out began around 2010. Right now it's 2026. And what we can encounter on these older manifolds is the fact that you have to create your own EDS file. The section in the user manual is this. If we scroll down to this page, we've got a compatibility, and it shows you that up to a certain point you had to create your own EDS file, and then Festo changed it to make it easier. But when you run into an older product, you have to know how to create an EDS file. And the user manual, which you can get from technical support, discusses all of this. This particular document is a 2005-03 user manual. That's the last created one for this. And it basically has all the details in this manual on how to create that. If I go backwards, the first thing to understand is where the DIL switches are. So you've got this vertical DIL switch. The last 3 and 4 are what is used to set the DeviceNet compatibility. So we're going to move on to the next page. So we've already set the baud rate, and we're going to use this setting right here. We're going to use this compatibility with version 1.3, 1.4. So my switches are both on for 3 and 4. And if we move along, I'm going to give you an example of what you might encounter with the devices when you are scanning the network. You'll come across a device like this. So this is address 45. We've got the vendor is 26, the device ID is 25, and because we're trying, or we have registered what's on the website, which is not compatible with the older, we've got a product of 1002, and we've got a revision of 1.003. And we need that information in order to create the file that we're going to do. So the first thing that we need to do, and this is again all discussed in the user manual. So we need to start up ARS networks for DeviceNet. In my case, I'm using version 28, and that might be the latest, I think. And we need to go up to the EDS wizard. Hit the next button, and down here we're going to use the create a description or device description file, EDS file. Hit the next button, and from the user manual we can gather this information. If I go to page 161 of this particular manual, it talks about the configuration and how to enter the slave manually. It shows you all the information, and we're just going to follow along here. So it tells you to start the EDS wizard, create the EDS stub. This is a little bit older because it's 2005. And we start with this information, all this. So we're going to enter a 26 for the vendor, that's Festo. 25 is the product type code. The product code, this is the important part. So if we go back to what we have seen here, we're showing 1002. If we get our calculator, or we go back to the user manual here, we will see that there's a calculation tool, or there's a calculation on the product code. So the product code, it's basically showing what's right here. So in my case, it's a 1002. So 1002, get out the calculator. 1002 is 3EA. 3EA means 0 inputs, 3 outputs, bytes. And we're going to enter 1002, minor and major. Major is 1, minor is 3. That matches the 1.003. And we're going to give this some information. So product name, IFB11-03. We're going to say 0 in. 0 in. Three. Or is this short format? 3 in. We hit the next button, and now we're going to say pulled. We're going to match this. So 0 in, 3 out, next, 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 finish. And now we're going to wait for the RS networks to create. And because it's a Festo 26 for the vendor, it automatically comes in under the Festo, and we would have this on our network now. And away we go. And if you have other devices on the network that are different I/O sizes, then you will need to create an EDS file for each of those. And that's basically it.